Hello and welcome to this week's podcast. This is me, Trina Kavanagh-Thomas. I'm a writer, creative, and a healer. And this week I'm with the incredible Marta Duda. Now, today, Marta, I have to say, we've known each other for a little while. We've known each other through an incredible woman called Isabella Alensky. And Marta is an architect, property investor, international speaker. I've seen some of the incredible events that she is, doing in, within the cities, but also working within the Polish communities as well. This incredible wealth of businesswomen within the Polish communities too. And I know that you help people on their spiritual journey to get to know themselves. I've seen a lot of your posts in terms of, spirit animals, in terms of dreams. Yeah, tell us a bit more about that side, and then we'll also read into your life as well.
Yeah, so the closest woman to my heart are those who are making the change on the heart level. I think that's the beautiful thing. We all got very natural to it. It's just there. We don't have to really discuss that. So from my perspective, it's also my journey. How crucial for me was to take and really shake up the power which all of us got within, and then started from myself. So like you said, so my power superpower are I'm very visionary, so it's coming to me, the answers, the inspirations, the unfolds are coming to me through the vision, dreams, sensations. That's something I didn't learn that, to be honest. It's just there. So it's very crucial to each of us, because we all got this X factor within, just like the X-Men's team.
Yeah, I get it.
It's about just to, and I think this time and what you do, Trina, it's incredible. And all of you ladies out there got this special bit. And from my perspective, and what we are here to do, really, just to ignite, empower, and bring that gift to the world, and create the projects around it. And that's the power. And we can see that it's so important those days, because
Yeah,
whatever we are experiencing outside now, it's just crushing. So I think we both do our incredible things, because we are really getting those women back to home, which is their heart.
yeah, agreed. And it's almost like the words that came up were almost like cracking the heart open, so to speak. And that can come in varying degrees as well. And there's probably a little bit of, or quite a lot of vulnerability around that, opening up your heart. Would you agree, or?
That's for sure. That's definitely. But we've just had a chat before we've started this recording. I think it's very important for us to grasp on something, that when we are creating from the heart, most of the time we are like this vessel. We are like, shall I say, the channel for the good message and the creation to happen on the world. And I've experienced that myself, and I can see a lot of ladies going to that direction when we are doing what we do from this perspective. This heart is just there for others, just like we are growing children, rising the children. We've got this idea, we've got this creation, we've got the business around it, and it's just a matter of rising the children to the world, not for us. To be honest,
Yeah,
you've got a sense of what I'm trying to say, and lots of things really. Having that thought in mind is really changing the perspective of creation, of doing the business, of this being an entrepreneur woman and creating from the heart. I know it's vulnerable. Sometimes it's really hard to, shall I say, do it uncreated, but going out of that concept is really helping, really to serve others, not from us, but from the vessel we are really. Um, how do you feel about it? Does it make
I,
sense?
yeah, and I completely agree with you as well. And I think sometimes, I mean, even from my point of view, sometimes it's a hard balance to like um, kind of get right. And this is what we were talking about right at the beginning, weren't we? Which I said before I came on here, I was just looking at like the energies and stuff. And I know a few people have said this to me. It's almost like worrying about doing the wrong thing. And, how is that going to appear to the world? And how will people react? And sometimes it's very difficult for, what's the word I'm looking for, to trust, especially if we've got things wrong, because sometimes those things that we got wrong, perceived as being wrong, can be just learnings, and the way we kind of move on from that.
Yeah, it's amazing, really, what you've said, and this trust is just this surrender, shall I say, as well, to be guided. It's a bit of taking the attention out of ourselves to serve the world, and what helped me along my journey. And we've had a chat previously about it as well, Trina. So I will just bring it up to the light.
Yeah.
To not get stuck in this space. It's this space in our mind, and what is helping a lot is just using a very simple tool, which is the market research. And in our spiritual world, shall I say, it's really having this connection with those people we are creating the things for.
Yeah.
It's really taking, I've got a feeling that it's taking the baggage out of our shoulders, and really creating the things they want. So creating that together. This beautiful conversation today we are doing at the moment is creating your podcast, your trusted space, really together. And I think that's amazing. And what you do, which is creating the network, just like myself, it's not longer about me.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, I hear you as well, and that's the like when I came on here, I was like saying to you about doing this podcast. I don't have a name for it or anything like that. I don't even know where it's going. I just know that
Yeah.
there is a need to record these podcasts, and that they go out there to people, and that they go out there to people that really need it most. And it's the same with blogging as well. The exact same, the exact same premise. And even just recording this now with you, there is a really great feeling of one, apprehension, and then at the other side is like this really kind of, oh my god, it's actually being created at the same time, like that kind of excitement as well. Excitement because something's going to go out there and it's going to benefit someone. And
Yeah.
and I don't know if you get that as well, like people say to me, oh my god, you write so much. And I must have definitely thousands of like writing, like different articles that I've written. And I'm like, but when I do that, I feel like it like really comes from my heart. And it doesn't matter what space I'm feeling. Like if I don't, if I feel feelings that are not I think this might be a really good conversation for us actually, and it might interweave into what you do as well. Those feelings that in society right now, because we've got a lot of positive, like manifesting and all that kind of stuff, the feelings where we're not feeling so great, sometimes they are like almost like my best writing, because they are like my heart is literally wanting to go, this is what I want to just say right now. And this
And
is
you
what,
are going really deeply into it. So I know it's not really a nice feeling, but I think, speaking from this perspective, it's getting a huge value to others, because it's about sharing, really, sharing service, and it's coming back to us, to women. I think it's so crucial for us that we also, and I think it's very innate to us as a woman to create, to gather, to connect. And I think it's just a business model for women. It's very
yeah.
natural.
And you do that so well as well, because I've been looking at your events and things, and the events that you've created, you just bring all these women together. And I think it, even just looking at it, it's just so beautiful how you've done that. And when we've spoken together in the past as well, and you've spoken about, the table of 12 and bringing those women together, because you are a great visionary, and it is beautiful when when you can see something, you don't really know the steps, but you just know this is what I'm
Yeah.
doing. But
That is that feeling. Yeah. And to be honest, I many years ago I didn't really understand what does it mean that you've got the vision, you've got your goal or the purpose, and you are just going that direction. You don't have to ask how you will do it. And it was just like, okay, but right, okay, but we are both guided, and I think this trust and surrender is coming from that huge vision we've got within our hearts. And when we are going there, just keeping this intention is sometimes really just a full-time job. And there is a name for it, Trina. A couple of months ago I had a chat with a lady, and she's such an inspiration to me. She said, Martha, I will be retired in a couple of months. I will be CVO. I'm just like, all right, what is it? I'm very curious about it. And she really named that. And it is a Chief Vision Officer. Can you believe there is a name for it? And it's even something even higher than CEO.
oh God. So a chief vision officer.
It is. Yeah. And it is positioned within the company. Nobody's talking about it because sometimes it could be very blurred, but how important that is, that there is somebody who is really, guiding orders, having that vision. And that's the only one job. They can see the procedures and just simple asking, are we going in this direction? How close are we? How this what you are supposed to creating is helping us to go there. And the vision most of the time is really like an infinite game. It doesn't have to be, and it's like a legacy. So what we will leave after us. um, and I think changing that perspective and being this CVO is just really is being with this heart-centered space, um, which women most of the time are, or at least dream about. So it's this flow. And you've mentioned also about something which I've noticed. So creating this podcast, creating your network, and my space as well. It's so crucial to be surrounded with a people, with a woman who are really, pulling us, kicking us, and saying, okay, so what you got on your plate today? How will that make you closer to your goal from last week? And you are, all right. But if they are asking you, just leave it, stop it, what you are doing, I don't understand, we will be suppressing ourselves. We will go down and small. But having the circle, having that very connections, is just changing the perspective and the world. We can then grow, be more confident, have the courage to do, and go and hold that intention we've got in our hearts. And this magic thing is happening. And you are a great example to it, Trina. When you are in your vision, in your power, suddenly there are other people interested in what you do.
Yeah.
And that's just bringing the people together. It's so natural and amazing.
And that is, like a lot of people say, law of attraction. I don't know about you, but I've started to go back to a certain word when it comes to the word manifesting, and that is the word spellcasting. And that we're almost like casting spells on a daily basis. Whether we need to use the word spellcasting or divine codes or whatever it needs to be, I feel like I suppose it comes from really taking time out a lot of the time as well, and really, I don't know. I feel like we've kind of changed somewhat over the years, rather than like really pushing. I know that my network was born out of a lesson that had happened to me, and being in the sauna. So I go naked. So I go into the sauna naked, but I take a notebook and everything. And if anything happens where like you're let go from groups or whatever, I have that little bit of cry and stuff. Oh my gosh, where am I going to find my people? And then have a little bit of a journal. But it came to me in the sauna and the swimming pool. And I went into the swimming pool afterwards. I was doing some legs. It was like, this is a network you're going to create. This is what it's going to be like. And and other things come while taking that time out, while having that time to ourselves. But at the same time, it's very scary, because what if it's the wrong thing? What if it goes wrong? It comes back to that conversation that we were having at the beginning. And I know if I feel this way, there's many of us. We're not the only ones who feel this way if we get things wrong. But then that getting things wrong at the same time are the lessons where we change things as well.
That's for sure. And whatever you are teaching others and myself as well, it's the lesson we've learned. I can't really imagine myself teaching somebody only something I read about.
Yeah.
You can just straight away see and feel that there is something off there. So I'm only teaching what I went through. I finished the process. It's also magical because I will be definitely going through that circle once again from the bigger perspective, but I can really teach other the first circle. So really, we don't have to go through the whole spiral to teach others. But there is something you said, Trina. It's amazing to have this time off. Will that be only for myself, which is even higher and closer to the vision the more time we need with ourselves, because it's about fine-tuning that vision, going deep within us and finding the answers over there. So we are not talking in here, ladies, about using current trends and fighting from crisis to crisis. It is about, because the crisis really is within us. And the space we will be touching in here is those shadows, those lessons. And around that, I've got a feeling that in here we are building sustainable business for us and the lifestyle we really want. And it's only trust the lessons and the love, which is coming very naturally out of it. It's in here very crucial. So having that perspective, when we are too close to the picture, we can't see the frame. It's a quote from Les Brown. It's exactly something in here. And I think it's the most important thing I do for the ladies I'm working with. It's about taking their hand and just showing them, here you go, that's your frame, that's your picture, and they are, oh wow, I can see now. Because when we are too emotionally attached to things, we are just losing that perspective. So being sometimes like an eagle around the things and above our life, and we can see them, those puzzles coming together. So this perspective is really up to the CEO, those ladies who's got the vision, and really they are bringing the others together. And that's so crucial those days. We need those circles, we need those people who are those right people around us, who are supporting us, and supporting our vision, and they will really um, be grateful for this time alone.
Agreed. Agreed.
To take care of ourselves, that's huge. Yeah, and how important that is. Trina, it's something you do incredible, to look after this body, which is the vessel, which is the connector, which is the channel. So have a rest, good sleep, the food, and all of the beautiful stuff. Because really, that's the most important thing we are using to work, having that vision. And yeah, I can't really express myself enough how important that is to in what you do and support others, those visionaries.
I think that is. I think that's beautiful, and it's really funny because I thought every podcast, what I'll do is I'll pull a card, and,
Okay.
and at the beginning I pulled a card, and it was just really key to our conversation today.
What
The
is
Three
it? I
of Cups.
can't see. What is it?
So this is the Three of Cups.
Okie dokie, right?
It's all about connection, all about friendships, abundance,
Oh,
cooperation,
amazing.
community, closeness, and siblings, joy, communication, celebration, soul contracts as well. And
And
it's
those
just,
women, on the card are so profound.
yeah, this is just beautiful. Um, it says the packs you run with and the kindred connections you forge are not always defined by blood, yet they are living and breathing support system. Deep friendships are the family we choose, and these sacred connections are to be cherished and nurtured. In the best and worst of times, your companions serve as mirrors, allowing you to see who you really are through their eyes. Who do you need to reach out to for support? Call in your besties, enjoy warmth and laughter that comes from a powerful soul group. Your mutually loving and beneficial bonds carry vibrational attractions that are often ancient, and any setbacks arising from miscommunication or disharmony with others may be old wounds or patterns that are resurfacing to be healed. If an important connection has gone awry, it may be time to make amends. If you need to commit more energy to cultivating friendships, trust your heart to lead you. And that
I can't
is
believe that. It's so magical. Yeah, it's just everything what we both want to say today is just there.
yeah, just in that card.
Yeah.
Martha, tell everyone, and I'm really sorry at the beginning I said Marta, and I'm so sorry. So Martha, tell everyone, where they can find you, because I've looked at your incredible website and everything. But yeah, let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, it is very simple. My name followed by the surname.com. So it's martaduda.com.
Amazing. And yeah, thank you everyone who's listened to this podcast for today. And do reach out to this amazing woman, because her, not just her programs, just her amazing energy. Every time we talk together, we always have something really incredible to talk about. And
Yeah,
we do every time we come together. It's like so kind of like,
it's so something just magically happening.
yeah,
And I think it's something we wish to all the women to have such amazing connections with their peers, just like on
Yeah,
a card.
absolutely that. So thank you so much for being there. It's been an absolute honor, and thank you everyone for listening too. And
Thank you, Trina. Thank you.
and I will see you in the next podcast.